Alright, in this video we're going to talk about setting up your batch render. With me, I'm ready, except I want to make one last change here. I want to animate my camera, kind of doing a slow zoom into my scene. That's going to be the final touch I make. So in my panel view of the camera that I want to render, I'm going to turn on the film gate, and this gives me roughly what's going to be rendered out. And I'm going to go and select my camera. View, select camera. And at frame 1, I'm going to back off until all my table in the shot, somewhere around here. And I'm going to hit S. And that keyframes all the attributes of the camera. I'm going to go to my last frame, 250. And then I'm going to zoom in and just kind of frame my last close-up of where I want it to end. And I don't think I want any of this background in here, so I'm going to just have the table kind of zoom in. Let's say I like something like that. Alright, and I hit S. And I scrub through, and there we go. That's my full animation. Now I'm ready to set up the render. You set up the render in your batch render settings, or your render settings, which is the fourth clapper up here at the top. We are using mental ray. The first thing I would like to do is probably set our overall quality, since this is our final render. I think by default it's around 2. I'm going to set mine around 1. Now this is going to increase your render time, but it's going to make things look a lot better. We'll go to the Common tab, and here's where we're going to set up the name of each file that will be rendered out. So I'm going to give it a prefix of snowglobe_anim for animation. The file format, I'm just going to do a JPEG. The compression quality of the JPEG, how large file, I did 75. Name number extension is what we want to choose on this extension. It's going to have the name dot number dot extension. That's how it's going to save the file out. It's going to put it in this folder, the images folder of our default project. Frame padding deals with how many zeros, leading zeros that we have. 3 gives us 3 places with 2 leading zeros. That's fine since we have 250 frames. I need to change my start and end frame number. Mine's 250. Yours may be different. Check, make sure you have the proper camera. I want to render the perspective camera. I have that checked. Alpha mask, that's fine. The size, I want everyone to do a 640 by 480. And then I want you to click this maintain height width ratio and then take that up to 1000. And what that is going to keep a standard aspect ratio, but it's going to give me a little more pixels to look at. So it's going to be 1000 wide instead of 640. And then that's it. So now you just want to go to render, your drop down rendering, and go up here to render, batch render. You'll notice some stuff going on down here. If you click your script editor here, I'm going to erase this, what's going on. You'll start seeing the progress of your render. And so my computer is going to be busy for the next 3 or 4 hours rendering out those 250 frames. And that's how you set up your batch render.